done step 1 and we've enabled activity completion, step 2 is to say what activity completion is and to go through the unit. And you can't go through your whole Moodle course, well, I mean, I guess you could over the whole course of the summer, but you drive yourself crazy. You only want to look at the one, I try to stay 1 unit ahead to check as I implemented this when I did it in my class. Just stay 1 unit ahead so that it's ready when you get there. Realizing that if we're doing true blended learning, you don't know when that's going to happen. But so we're first going to go through and mark activity completion. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this section of this teacher's course. It's very, very clean looking. She's already using indentation and labels to separate things out. It's not just one huge daunting list. But we want to say what constitutes completion of given activities so that we can use that completion later to guide the flow of things. Now, if something is not going to ever be completed, you don't have to do this. In other words, if it's something that's completely optional, that nothing will ever be based on, then this isn't going to do anything. But as we go through and you see what I'm talking about, you'll see exactly what that means. So I'm going to look here. There's this reading assignment here that says reading pro-con Confederate monuments. It's a posted Word document for students to possibly download and put on their laptop and read offline. I'm going to go ahead and turn editing on and make that indicate completion. So what does that mean? So as I click on this, I'm going to click over here and click edit. And we can do this on anything in the entire gamut of Moodle, indicate completion status. So as I go down here, we're going to talk about the next step about restricting things. This time we're just talking about completing things and marking it as complete. So when I open that up, by default it says do not indicate activity completion, but I want to, right? So I have this drop down and there's 2 options in this particular thing, and this is for a link to something else. It only has 2 things. Number 1 is students can manually mark the activities completed, or number 2, which is the one I use, I guess number 3 in this list, show activity as completed when conditions are met. So I'm going to click on that, and then I'm going to see this little checkbox. The only way to complete this activity is to view it. So I'm going to check it. Student must view this activity completed. I'm going to say save and return to course. Now when we're back at the course looking at it, we see there's a little checkbox next to it with a hashed line around it, meaning that the only way this is ever complete is if you click on it and then it's complete. Here's another one down here, another assignment. I'm going to do the same thing, geography pretest skills. I'm going to edit the settings on that. And because it's just a link, the only option I have, wrong thing, on activity completion is to say it's complete when they click on it. So now when they click on that thing as well, it's going to be showing as complete. Let's see if there's a better one. Okay, here's a better one. This is an actual assignment, question stems. I'm going to edit settings. We know all those things that we can do down there, but down at the bottom, a lot of teachers have never done activity completion. Again, it's default to do not indicate activity completion. I'm going to click on there. Again, I have those same 2 options. I always use the show condition when completion is met. And now, because it's a graded activity, I have more options. Okay, students must view this activity to complete it. Student must receive a grade to complete it. Student must submit to complete it. Those are in bad order, right? They view it, submit it, and you graded it. So what constitutes completion on this assignment? Now I will tell you it should be the 2nd or 3rd option. So as soon as they submit it, do you want to consider it complete by them? That's actually generally what I use. Because I don't want them waiting for me to grade something, and sometimes I do, but I don't in general want them waiting to grade something to go to the next thing. What if I grade on Thursdays or Fridays or every other day, or I just don't get to it every day, right? Sometimes we're busy, we don't get everything graded every single day. So if I say a grade has to be completed I'm making a stop there, possibly, in my course if I do that. I definitely do that sometimes. Like, you can't go on to the test if I haven't graded the pretest, because I want to make sure you did sufficiently well to warrant the summative evaluation. So we've got those three options on this assignment. I'm going to say must submit because I like that one. You can choose it that you have to have it graded. Save and return to course, and that one has a checkbox as well. Let's see if there's a graded activity. There's no quiz on this one. These are just activities that are going to be graded. There's no quiz or test module. If you have one of those, one of the options there is to say that you have to pass it. And that's an option as well. So that's the first thing. We have to first go through, and you just do the ones for the block you're in, or the section that you're in your class, and stay 1 or 2 ahead. I'm honestly redoing all mine right now to get the first quarter done over the summer. But that's it. That's all it takes to do activity completion. Now, I will tell you, I'm going to go and do one of those. Edit settings. I just want to show you what this one is. Under activity completion, if you say students can manually mark, I'm going to go back to course. The difference here is the box. See how that box is solid versus the dashed one. A dashed one means there's a condition. A solid one means they just get to click right on it, and they have to click on it to say it's complete. So you're saying in that case, you can go to the link as many times as you want to. At some point, you have to say, I'm done, by checking the box there. And any student can check the box on themselves and that kind of thing. But there's no requirement to go to it. So it's like, do I want them to, is this a contract that you tell your students when you check it, you're saying you're finished and you're ready to move on. It's a good way to do it too. I just wanted to point out that subtle difference there. So that's indicating activity completion. Honestly, it takes 10 minutes, 15 minutes to go through all the things in one section, unless you've made a section that's horrendously long, which means you should probably break up your sections a little bit for your students to make your course a little bit cleaner. So that is indicating activity completion.